Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had Midoriya and Shigaraki. So, a lot of things happened. So, the hero that is mentoring Iida figured out that he is after Hero Killer Stain and was like, dude, that would be illegal for you to go after him. Let's see. And then Iida went after Stain anyway. So, Midoriya and Gran Torino went out on patrol, or they were going out on patrol when they were caught up by Nomus. Shigaraki unleashed 3 different Nomus onto Hosu City. And, yeah, that was pretty much where we left it. Also, we did get more knowledge on our original Nomu, and All Might has learned that there's someone who can pass on different quirks to other people, and this triggers, a memory for All Might, and he remembers a person who we don't know, so we're gonna have to probably figure that out later. Yeah, that's pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of My Hero Academia, unfortunately it is not in this video due to copyright reasons. So what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comments on this video. There'll be a link there. You go, you click that, it'll take you to my reaction highlight where the footage is in the corner. It's all edited and nice and good. And you can go, you can watch that, you can hopefully have a good time. And when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here for the discussion. So, with that being said, let's get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Oh, man. This is his. This is his origin. Tenya Iida origin. That'll be the alt title for this episode, and I assume the next episode too. Man. Oh, that's so cool. I love all them taking him on. Midoriya and Todoroki. Midoriya, who really, this is what? 3 days into his internship with Gran Torino, he is really kicking ass now. A 5% Detroit smash. Whew. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. We should get going into the notes, man. What an intense episode. The first thing I wrote down was Endeavor. So, Endeavor was also going to Hosu City in order to find Stain, and while he was there, he encountered the Nomus. That's interesting. I do like that, and him helping out Gran Torino, even though he was still kind of, I don't know, I guess I don't want to say he was kind of a dick about it, even though it's it kind of feels like he was, but maybe that's just how he presents himself, and with how much we've seen of Endeavor, I just naturally feel like he's a dick. But he's a little bit, he was alright, he was he did say oh, you need to be careful, old timer. He was I don't recognize you, so he wasn't really being a dick, but it's still Endeavor. Which we do have to admit, as much of a dickhole as Endeavor is, he is a hero. He's the number 2 hero. I think when they first introduced him, it was he's the hero with the most defeats under his belt. Or most victories. The most defeating an enemy is what I'm trying to say, actually. Yeah. I guess actually the most, battle victories, technically. Not defeats. But you get what I mean. So yeah, we do have to remind ourselves that yes, Endeavor is a hero. You know, he is definitely a hero. And even Todoroki pretty much had to remind himself of that. You know, I wrote down the 3 Nomus. So Shigaraki wanted to basically destroy Stain. Now it doesn't seem like he was going to send the Nomus after Stain, but he wants to overshadow Stain, basically. He wants his attack to be, more popular, Basically, he wants everyone to forget about Stain, which is interesting. So, which you do kind of understand, especially with Shigaraki, that makes a lot of sense. So, so he asked for as many Nomus as were finished, and his master, who makes the Nomus, I think last episode I said that Shigaraki made the Nomus, but they are, even though they are still kind of like pets to him, they aren't created by him. They're created by this master that, can pass on quirks that All Might knows. So he had 6 Nomus ready, but he only gave him 3 basically to kind of teach him a lesson. But he did go along with, taking out Stain basically. So that was interesting. And so let's see. So we had Gran Torino and Endeavor fight the 1 Nomu, and then the other 2, all of those heroes were teaming up. Now, okay, what did they say about the one guy? I don't fully remember what his name was, so I'll turn the subtitles on real quick. As soon as this loads. Giant Nomu. Ugh. Yeah, more Nomus. Manual. The normal hero. Okay, so... Okay, I don't get Manual. His name is Manual. He is described as the normal hero. But he seems to be a straight-up waterbender. You know? So, what is his deal? I don't get his name. Maybe you guys can clear that up in the comments. So, I just wanted to check that, make sure that's what I actually heard. So, let's see. I wrote down versus Stain. So, Iida decided to go against Stain, and it didn't work out, and he pretty much got his ass kicked, and got pretty bad injuries to his arms. Granted, it's not like he really needs his arms. He's more of a leg superhero, so I guess that's something. And then Midoriya literally jumped in and, knocked Stain away before he could kill Iida, which was pretty cool. So I did like that, seeing him, jumping on the walls. He honestly is sort of becoming Gran Torino. The fact that he's jumping off and jumping all over the walls and stuff and hitting his target. So I do like that. They do reference, okay, he's moving a lot more like Bakugo, because Bakugo's a bit more fluid with his quirk. And it's like, well, yeah, but he's also taking in, everything he's learned with Gran Torino. So I did like that. And we did get, because at first, just the punch to Stain, he just said smash. It wasn't really anything specific. But he did do a 5% Detroit smash, which I liked. I did like the 5% Detroit smash. I thought that was really cool. Because, yeah, I guess that would be his most powerful one. So even if it's at 5%, yeah, that should still, pack quite the punch. Because that was the thing, too, is even at 5%, just, hitting Stain in the face didn't like, okay, it knocked him away, but it didn't cause, like, severe damage. So, but still, the 5% Detroit was pretty good. That's the thing. It's like he like, I'm glad that we have this sort of percentage now, because now he needs to train. He basically needs to train back up to 100%, but 100% like All Might uses his power, not the way he used to use his 100%. So, let's see. All right, I wrote down blood. So, Stain's quirk, Blood Curdle. What a fucking crazy name. I like it. So I think it was last episode when we got a bit more about Stain's quirk. He's able to freeze people, basically, which makes a lot of sense for, he's just a guy with some swords, but that makes sense why he can actually, take on so many pro heroes, if he can freeze them. But he is also incredibly formidable. He's strong, he's fast, and he's got his swords, so. But we did have, so it has to be that he ingests his blood, or not his blood, but he ingests the blood of his enemies, and then that allows them to be frozen for up to 8 minutes. And it varies depending on the blood type, which is pretty interesting. That is an interesting sort of drawback to it. And the thing is, like, this whole thing, like, this is definitely one of those quirks that only works for a villain, like, which is sort of the same with Shigaraki's quirk, actually, that, if you had Shigaraki's quirk, or even Stain's quirk, it would be difficult to use as a hero, because a hero wouldn't really use these against someone, Shigaraki, you could see him being sort of a low-level hero, being able to, like, I guess disintegrate walls or objects if they're, people in crisis, and, you got to get these objects off a person or something. But it wouldn't be too much. And then Stain, if you want to be, like, if you had his quirk, you could technically still be a hero with his quirk. It would just be, you'd be a bit of a dark, gross hero. That's the only thing. So, but it could work. I don't know. But it's always interesting to see, like, these villains, their quirks really do suit the fact that they are villains, Shigaraki can just disintegrate a bunch of objects, disintegrate his sword, disintegrate people's arms, as we saw with Aizawa. And with Stain, it's like, well, it really works for him because he's going to be cutting a lot of people, So that's interesting, that it's all on blood type. That's why Midoriya got up, because his... So the way they said it goes... I think they said O, A, A, B, and then B. Was that it? Let me go back. Make sure I hear it properly. It was somewhere.
Midoriya, dodge! He swallows a person's blood to freeze them, but I was the one freed first.
Yeah.
Got 3 different guesses why. His quirk could be less effective the more people he uses it on.
God, he is fucking scary looking.
How long it works, or there could even be a difference based on a person's blood type. If it's the last one, my blood type is B.
Yeah. Type A.
Figured it out. Bravo. Very impressive.
Huh.
Killer Stain.
Ugh.
His quirk, Blood Curdle. By tasting someone's blood, he can freeze them for up to 8 minutes, depending on their blood type. From shortest to longest time, it's O, A, A, B, and B.
Okay. Shortest to longest. So O would be the... O is the shortest, then A, B, and B. And Iida said he was type A. So that must mean that... I guess that means that Midoriya is type O. Can I just say, I have no idea what blood type I am. So, So it's a good thing they know what blood type they are. I would just be laying there like, I don't know what the hell my blood type is. Get this sword away from me, you know? It's probably a thing I should know, but I don't. So yeah, maybe I'll work on that. But I have no idea what blood type I am. Yeah, I should know that. Oh well. But that's interesting. That is definitely an interesting, and I love. That's the thing too. I love caveats. I love that every quirk has a caveat, you know? It's just so interesting. Like, it makes everything so creative, too, and it lets the writers, really work within, like, it puts limits on what you can do with each character, but it allows the writers to get creative with each of them, which I really like. Which, even down to Midoriya, it's like, oh, well, shouldn't he, he doesn't really have any caveats to his quirk. Well, he does, actually. The caveat is, if he uses 100% of his power right now, it will shatter his bones. So you have to be creative with that, and now we've come up with, the... What does he call it? He calls it something specific. Let me listen to it. He's been calling it something specific, but I don't know the name of it. God, this takes forever to load.
It's way too dangerous out there! He looked different, but there can't be that many people with wild eyes and brains spilling out. Maybe Nomus' brother? What is he doing in the city? No time for detours or stairs. Gotta put my training to the test.
Huh.
One for all. Full cowling!
Full cowling. Alright, that's what he calls it. One for all, full cowling. Okay, so yeah, it's like even Midoriya has a caveat to his quirk. So I like that. I like that there is a specific caveat, and they have to figure it out. That also gives you the mystery of how exactly does a person's quirk work, because every quirk is so unique, So I really like that. And I didn't write it down, but I love how Todoroki gets into this. That Midoriya sent his location. So I guess, did he only send it to Todoroki, or was it Todoroki was the only one in range that, the only one close by that got it, Because he was in Hosu City with Endeavor, and then got the message, and then, and I like what he says, you need to give some more details with your messages, Give some more details that you're fighting the hero killer. However, because you wouldn't just send me your location randomly in the middle of a crisis, I figured something must be wrong, So I did like that, and I love the two of them teaming up, It's so cool to have the two of them team up. It's kind of like Superman and Batman teaming up. If Batman had some really incredible powers, I guess. Maybe not the best analogy, but you get the idea. So I like that. I like the two of them teaming up like that, and figuring out how to fight Stain. And I like that Stain. It's just like, well, he's strong and he's fast, but that's just stuff he does on his own. And he's got his sword, so he is dangerous. So I do like that. And then we got Todoroki's speech of being a hero. After the talk with his mother, he realized everything, could be okay, and that is why he was able to go to his father's agency. Otherwise he wouldn't, because, he still says, Endeavor is a scumbag, He's a dickhole. He's a giant dickhole. It is ridiculous how much of a dickhole he is. However, Endeavor is the number 2 hero, He is the number 2 hero, and that has to count for something. He is still a hero. So that's the thing. He wanted to learn what it meant to be the number 2 hero. It honestly, it makes a lot of sense, So I did like that. And Iida's constant, saying like, no, get out of here. This is my fight and stuff like that. It's like, motherfucker, you are on the ground with injuries in both of your arms. because you got your ass kicked in 5 seconds. You cannot do this alone. Midoriya can't do this alone. Todoroki can't do this alone. This has to be a team up. And I love, bringing back the whole thing of, meddling in something that doesn't involve you, that doesn't concern you, is the aspect of being a hero. Yes, I like that. They are heroes. Todoroki, Midoriya, they are heroes coming in to help. Kind of want to see what the Native American guy can do, though. I do kind of want to see what he can do. Like, I hope he gets up, but didn't he say his type was B? So he's on the short end. He's the shortest right now. So yeah. So they gave the heroic speech, You can't just do this just to be a hero. Even Stain was kind of saying, like, you've completely forgotten about that guy. You're no hero. You're no hero. You're just blinded by this grudge you have. And it's true, And Todoroki saying, like, look, I know the look that you have on your face. I've had that look on my face before, Like, I've had that look before. That, lust for blood, basically. This intense rage, this intense resentment towards someone. But you can't let that eat you up. Midoriya taught him that, and now we need to teach Iida that. So, and that is not... That look is not the look of Ingenium, So, I love that. So, I hope Iida can get up and help. And if it's the 3 of them, maybe they can take him on. They can take on Stain. I don't know. Where are the pro heroes? Where is everyone else? Is Endeavor just showing off? I don't know. Endeavor, that dickhole, is probably showing off somewhere. Whatever. No, he's probably being a hero because there are 2 others. That's the thing, is there's still 2 other Nomus out there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am excited for the next episode, man. I am excited to see where we go next episode. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.